Welcome to the Sawblade 666 YouTube channel. I'm Daniel Sawblade.
And I'm Cartoon Ryan.
Today we're going to take a look at an issue of Juxtapoz, Art and Culture magazine. You know about Juxtapoz, Ryan?
Not at all.
Juxtapoz, I don't think they're still around, but I caught one to Juxtapoz in the 90s. Late 90s. And this is really the only issue I have because the ones that I did have got thrown out or something happened to them. But this is one I hung on to. In fact, I think I got this from a friend because I wasn't aware of this issue, and it caught my eye because, well, it's an issue. It's a issue dedicated to pen and ink, black and white art, which is, as we know, that's my game. And another thing that's cool is that they're really, not that they don't do certain feature or certain focus pieces on drawing. There's never been one focus just on pen and ink. It's usually painted stuff. It's real bombastic, loud, painted. A lot of graffiti. Mm-hmm. I think there's some graffiti stuff. Anyway, it's this art magazine that kind of really invokes a certain look if you know it, and a counterpart to it would be High Fructose. Have you heard of that one?
No.
High Fructose magazine?
No.
It's another art magazine, and they were just kind of ones that kind of competed, I guess. But I think High Fructose is still around. I don't think Juxtapoz is. But another thing about this magazine is it was founded by man, my mind is gone, but it's been a long day. Robert Williams.
Okay.
Are you familiar with Robert Williams?
No.
Robert Williams is an artist from, he's a famous artist from L.A.
Oh, okay.
And he was another key figure in the early days of Zap Comics.
Okay.
He was buddy with Robert Crumb. And together with S. Clay Wilson, Spain Rodriguez, Rick Griffin, who's featured in this magazine, Gilbert Sheldon, they were underground cartoonists in the 60s that created, along with Robert Crumb, Underground Comics. And Robert Williams was an integral, just a key figure in those early moments. But Robert Williams is mainly known for his paintings and bringing lowbrow art to the forefront and almost respected in a way, because you get buyers and collectors that were putting high dollars into this stuff. He became a pretty famous gallery painter and was featured on. It's like he's one of those artists, you've seen his stuff. I know I'm going off on a tangent, but it's important because he curated this issue, and I just want to. And he's one of my favorites, and he's a key figure in all of this. But I just wanted to say, he's one of those artists where he you know who he is, but don't know because you've seen his stuff, but you don't put a name to it. For instance, the cover art to Guns N' Roses, not the one with the faces and the skulls and the cross. It's that one where it's got the girl on the sidewalk laying down, and there's like that goofy, crazy robot with the chrome down. That's Robert Williams.
Okay.
They bought that painting for that album. Or either commissioned him or bought the painting.
Yeah, but they bought the rights to it, basically.
So he
That's
he got paid well for that.
Oh, I bet.
But before we do that, look at this lineup. You got Pushead, Raymond Pettibon, which is he's known for the Black Flag stuff. He did their flyers and a lot of their record covers, but he went on to just become just a famous contemporary, like, you know, I don't want to say fine art. I guess some of it's fine art, but just a highly sought after artist in the collector world. But Rick Griffin, who was famous for 60s, you know, acid hippie San Francisco posters, you know, in the 60s.
Yeah.
Drew Friedman, who's famous for caricatures of famous people and artists and musicians and stuff. Bounty Hunter, I don't remember or know who that is, but and Virgil Finlay.
Yeah.
Key black and white guy. And obviously on this cover here we got Pushead. Another thing I gotta say, I love Pushead's color stuff, but I'm always been drawn to his just black and white stuff. So they feature key known pieces without the color on them, and it's a killer interview with him. It's a very thorough, lengthy interview on his process and how he started. So that was another reason for me to hang on to this, because there's not a lot on him.
Yeah.
In Thrasher magazine, he did a column on there, but it was mainly about music. I don't remember him talking about art. But yeah, so we'll get into this. I just wanted to give like a kind of a, you know, little backstory about this magazine. Yeah, this was by Mike Sufton, killer artist. Sutphin, excuse me.
Yeah.
And again, you could see the Pushead influence a little bit in the line work, and look, even his signature kind of has that feel.
Yeah, I love the thick, bold lines.
Yeah, really nice.
The bold outlines.
Good expression on the face. Really, I like the texture of the dead skin, but bold. Yeah, very bold. This issue came out in 2005 too. By the way, I don't think I mentioned that. So hard to believe it's almost 20 years.
Yeah, it looks older than that.
Yeah, well, I read the fuck out of this thing, dude. Like, I was so obsessed with this particular magazine. Yeah. Like, look, the pages are falling out of it. But again, I loved it because, you know, it features some of my favorite artists and type of art. But in this intro here, Robert Williams talks about how important drawing is to art. Everything starts with a great drawing. And he talks about how, although he loves painting and color work, there's something to be said about a powerful black and white drawing. It can really just speak to you quicker sometimes. There's it's straight
to the point.
It is. It's bold. Yeah. It's they can be easier to read sometimes. And you know, sometimes it's cool when it's not with me anyway, as much as I love color work, I don't really work in color. But when I look at it, and I noticed other people look at it, sometimes you can get wrapped up in what the colors are instead of what the subject is. You can get too wrapped up in techniques. And just my opinion. But anyway, he kind of mirrors that in this intro here, and I just appreciate that he wanted to devote an issue to just the focus on pen on paper, you know. And we can get into this here. Anyway, Looks like one of our favorites died in '05.
He did, yeah.
Will Eisner.
Yeah, he's one of my favorites, man.
So we'll get into this here. Kind of a lot of it. Here's an example of one of Robert Williams' paintings.
Okay.
Yeah. So just get into it here. Now here's
There's Pushead.
This is a great interview. Just reading about his process and how he starts a piece to finish. It's amazing, dude. And again, his black and white stuff. It makes me think more of the underground hardcore punk scene because a lot of that stuff didn't have color in it.
Yeah, most metal and punk underground stuff, just no color.
And
yeah, it's badass.
He just has such control.
That's what I was gonna say. His work's so precise. It's so just.
It's beautiful, man.
It's bold. It's precise. It's clean. It's everything.
And to achieve this
stippling and all.
Background, I'm sure he masked off like this part and just splattered white media over that. I'm guessing.
Be my guess too.
But he
so badass.
You know, he talks about his tools. You know, the stuff he uses to draw with, which I was all about.
Yeah.
He talks about how he hooked up with Metallica.
Oh, that's cool.
How he met them. He met him at a Venom show. Met James Hetfield at a Venom show, which is so awesome.
That's wild, dude.
And James Hetfield was already a fan
of his work. Yeah.
Of his work and approached him to do a T-shirt design.
Did he do the right thing?
Fuck yeah, he did.
Holy shit.
Well, it was a win-win situation for both of them because I think in this interview he mentions that the Damage Incorporated shirt, it's the skull with the clubs through it.
That's a classic shirt.
I had that shirt, but it's sold by the truckloads.
Oh yeah, everybody was wearing that shit in middle school.
I mean, it was just
except for me, of course.
Over the top. But he, it's just an interesting story. James Hetfield already knew him from Septic Death and all the punk and hardcore stuff he was doing, and that was the gateway to him doing other things because Metallica just blew up. But
boy, did they!
You know, he talks about the type of ink he uses. You know, he likes repudographs and Japanese brush pens and the tiniest reputograph for his stippling and again. Yeah, the stippling in the background.
Incredible.
You know?
Yeah, I was looking at that.
That makes up the fingerprint in the background.
Fingerprint and then the handprint with the skull embedded. That's so badass.
Last time we looked at Pushead, I think we
had that in the...
We were looking at that one and we were tripping out. Like,
I
think that's the first time I've seen him do a normal face.
That's what I was going to say. That I remember when I saw that, I was shocked because it's always skulls with this guy. You know? Oh, that's badass.
He does the best skulls, man.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
this is what impresses me with his stuff. It's so stylized, but at the same time, it's I'm going to explain. It's still realistic looking.
Yeah.
Like it has that enough sense of realism in it, mixed with his stylized rendition of it, makes it, I don't know, it's just so unique how he...
Oh, yeah, when you see his stuff, you know it's him right away.
It's him.
It's his signature.
It's nobody else.
Also, the shards of glass and stuff, he does that a lot.
I love it. But anyway, great interview.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
It answered a lot of unknown questions that I had for years prior.
Oh, I like this, too.
This is Rick Griffin.
Yeah.
This was... part of the Zap
crew. It's badass, dude.
super precise,
Yeah, super sharp.
sharp line work. I'm sure he used a brush for that. Really, really
It's
beautiful
crazy,
stuff.
dude.
Look at the lettering. He's
Yeah.
famous for his lettering.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
I love it. Really good.
Man, oh man.
Yeah, he was doing hippie like
Yeah, you
60s rock posters
you can
back then.
tell.
So it's only like a short feature. There's like just a write up, and then it's got 3 of his
Crazy,
pieces.
dude.
But then the next guy is
Virgil.
Virgil Finlay.
Yeah,
Man.
was a master, dude.
This is a great write up on him. I'm not going to go into the history. I encourage everybody just to. We're going to talk more about Virgil Finlay on the channel. We haven't. This is the first time actually that we covered him, but I'm going to go more into his story in later episodes when we pull out his art books.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to show these pages here. These are famous.
Amazing, dude.
He's famous for these. Isn't it beautiful?
That is amazing, dude.
It's
That
just
is
so good.
insane, dude. The positioning of that. Was he using a model for that pose, or did he just?
Man,
That's amazing. Dude.
he never talks about everything that I've read on him. There's
Yeah.
no mention of models.
Wow, that's such a dynamic pose. The robot's holding the man. That's insane, dude.
Look at this.
Yeah.
He was using clayboard,
Uh,
which is a technique where, in fact, speaking of which, I've experimented some with this. There's other artists that work with this a lot, and some exclusively. I haven't done a full piece with it. I plan on it someday, but I've had this stuff for years. I have other like cleaner pieces, but this is just to show how this was done. See these marks right here?
Yeah.
You put down black and you can scratch off.
You're just etching it, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
So you draw on this like you would like a normal piece of paper, and then wherever you want to put in your reverse shading, you just scratch dots or lines.
Crazy.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah.
You almost have to think in reverse in some aspects, you know.
Not for me.
Like, see, that's how those lines were achieved.
It's badass, dude. It's
see what I mean?
crazy.
Like, that's how you achieve.
It looks like sand's just pouring off of them almost.
Right.
You know? That's so badass. Crazy.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
That could be on some EC.
Oh yeah.
Shit, right?
No, it's and then the gradation of that to go like that to mega
It's beautiful.
light.
Like he's walking through that mist, you know, that fog.
It's amazing vision, dude.
So he came from the pulp era.
Yeah. You can tell.
He came from the pulp era into like the early 70s, and then he passed away.
Yeah.
So we'll get into more of his art and his story in future episodes. I don't remember who this was. It's not that I didn't like it. I just never dwelled on this part of the magazine. I had friends in school that
That's funny.
doodled faces like that.
I used to do stuff like that too.
Okay, here's the next guy.
Good God, man.
Now this guy, man, I wish this person would do an art book, or because all that I have or that I've seen besides this piece in this magazine has been record covers and T-shirts, because he's a Japanese hardcore punk artist, and I always said Suji. I don't know if it's Sugai. I'm not sure. I'm just going to say Suji. I apologize. I talked to him briefly
Oh, you spoke to him?
online like
Oh, that's cool.
12, 15 years ago.
Wow.
Because when he was doing these, he was, dude, like I would look up and a whole nother piece would just be, like he was cranking out these like insanely detailed stippled pieces. And I asked him if if he had another job or if this was his job. And he goes, no, I work at a grocery store. And I'm like, oh my God. He goes, he works at a grocery store and draws at night.
That's
and I was
wild,
like, that's
dude.
insane.
He
dude.
should be getting paid really well for this art.
But he's mainly like underground.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't do.
It's a shame, man.
But look at this like this mutant dragon thing, right?
Yeah.
And look at the guy like. I don't know if you caught the warrior guy stabbing the main one through the head.
It's wild, dude.
It's all stipple, man.
Yeah.
Like he does these intense just dots for the. It's like just this
and
tone of gray.
He lives in Japan.
Yeah, he's
right?
from Japan. Yeah, he's Japanese.
Yeah.
But look, it's so cool that. How awesome would it be? Like Pushead did the write up on it.
Wow. That's cool.
So,
get a write up about your art by a legend.
yeah.
It's when you know you've made it.
Hailing from Hiroshima, Suji has quietly churned out some of the finest underground illustrations for the Japanese hardcore punk scene. Art that would make past masters proud. Pushead said that.
Wow.
Amazing, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, this is price of admission alone to me. Like I just love this. I'm not sure who he did that for, but man, it's
That's
so
insane,
awesome.
Dude.
It's so
imagine
killer.
Doing something like that. That's crazy. Really badass.
Let's see who else we got here. This is okay. I got something to say about.
Oh yeah, yeah. Drew
Freeman. You know Drew Freeman.
Yeah. He's
this dude's famous.
man.
Now, and his caricatures are some of the best. Abby loves Drew Freeman.
Oh, you know that's a huge influence on
all
her,
the way,
man.
all the way.
Especially with what she does. Wow.
Again, this is an ability that's so awesome that you can twist and distort faces, and it looks like the person, like the person. Exactly.
It's just a cartoon version that looks realistic.
Which is what a caricature is, I know, but certain people are so good at it, and it just stands out.
What's amazing about this is his work is that it's photorealistic, but with the funny cartoony shape to everything.
Right.
The body's tiny, big head.
Now, here's the thing, though, that I was going to bring up, since this is a issue on I know it's about drawing, but pen and ink in particular.
Yeah.
This looks like washes to me. He actually does stipple. So I don't know. He'll stipple faces that look just like that, but it's like dots.
That's crazy.
But they didn't include any of that. It's like more of a wash or
dude, that's insane.
It's awesome though, right? Look at that.
Fat Elvis.
Yeah, but I just feel like they should have included his the stipple work, pen and ink stipple pieces. This is Raymond Pettibon. Are you familiar with him?
No.
That's another one. You've seen his work, but you just didn't know it was him. Like if you look at Black Flag records, like Slip It In or
My War.
The Nun. Yeah.
Do you do My War?
I think so. Yeah. And and all the flyer art. From back then, he did it. He's got an interesting style. Like I like how loose it is.
Very.
But immediately you know what it is.
Yeah.
There's a lot of energy. This is what's interesting to me, because when I look at this, it's like, man, if I try to draw like this, it would look like it. You know what I mean? This is just how this person draws.
Yeah.
And I've watched him do it, and it's effortless,
Yeah.
But if I try to loosen up this much, it just looks bad, like sloppy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's something to, because I'm starting to like this more, because when I was younger I was like, man, that looks like crap. I don't get it, you know. But then like now I look at it, it's like, man, that, I don't know, there's something to it. And then he writes a lot. So here's the thing, like it's the writing too about what he's writing. I never look at the writing. I always just look at the images because I guess I'm just so visual that
that's just part of the art, I guess, is just the writings with it.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. I should read it, but I never do. I just look at the art, you know what I mean? But he, you know, some of it's political, some of it's just, you know, commentary on whatever, but it's interesting. And he's successful. Like, dude, I've seen drawings like that sell for fucking thousands of dollars. Thousands and thousands of dollars, dude.
I don't get it. I mean, that's cool he can do that, but that I don't get it.
Here's another favorite of mine.
Super clean, man.
Okay, I got a story about this guy. Guess what he did that with?
A Sharpie?
Sharpies, dude.
That's what it looks like.
Really?
Yeah.
To me, man, like, it's so clean.
It's so clean, though, but
I can't get a clean line with a Sharpie to save my life,
either,
dude.
Man. It's always, like, fuzzy in the end.
But look how...
I wonder how many Sharpies he goes through.
You wouldn't think that that's a Sharpie, though, man.
Well, they have Sharpies in different point sizes.
There's only two.
Because they got the fine point.
It's not.
Ones,
it
They
is.
got the wide tip, and then they got the regular.
Right, but the finest tip that they got, which is only one fine point.
Yeah.
There's the normal fine Sharpie, but then there's the one that's like a pen.
Yeah, there's like the ultra fine or whatever it's called.
Dude.
That's the only way I could see.
He must have drawn that shit fucking super huge.
Yeah,
to
he
get all
probably
that.
drew it on almost like a poster size, I bet.
But Mike Giant is famous for everything that he touches, like tattooing, graffiti, drawing, whatever he does. It just, dude, he like masters it.
Yeah.
It's amazing. This dude rules.
Yeah, super clean.
It's got like, oh man, again, it's, you know, he's just really has his own style.
Yeah.
So much so that this kind of got knocked off like back then. I would see other people try to, you know, do ladies that looked, you know, like that with the tattoos and just black and white line work. But he, you know, he did skateboard graphics for a while. Yeah, he just excelled at everything he did. He's one of those people.
Yeah,
man.
super clean, man.
Not sure who this was.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
This kind of just talking about different books. Franklin Booth, great pen and ink artist. Joseph Clement Cole, another great pen and ink artist. I need to get these two so we can talk about them. I don't have them. Black Hole by Charles Burns. I don't know if you're familiar with that guy. He's amazing. But yeah, this is Juxtapoz. Really cool art magazine. I wish that there was still stuff like this.
Yeah, it's that's kind of faded away, man.
Art
Magazines
was really, you know, fuck, they had classifieds back then. It's weird. It was 2005, dude.
Yeah. Well, the internet, it wasn't, I mean, it was starting to, I mean, it was pretty much mainstream by then. It wasn't the level it is now. There were still a lot of people without it back then.
But you do see, like, web addresses and stuff throughout here. But, yeah.
Yeah, there's a web address on practically every window. But I mean, Facebook just came out in 2004, man, you know, so this is right around that time. So
I was such a scumbag in 2004 or 5.
Man, we were all idiots when
but,
we were in our 20s.
Yeah, man. This is, I guess in a way, the spirit of the channel is what I want to, you know, kind of want to invoke this
Yeah.
feeling for people now. You're flipping through stuff and you're getting inspired and learning about new artists and artwork.
Yeah.
I'm sure if anyone's interested out there, you could track this down. Here's something that was around in the 90s. I guess up until this point, these would end up in the mail.
Yeah, I remember seeing those everywhere.
I had them.
Yeah. Strange. I don't know what that was.
They were all over the place.
Yeah, I remember seeing those.
All over.
Yeah. I mainly saw them in the 90s, though, not in the 2000s.
Yeah, this is
This is from the mid-2000s. Crazy.
Yeah.
Guess that was still going on.
Ooh. Hello. But here's a black and white Robert Williams piece.
Yeah,
We
that's
can
badass.
review real quick that he did in 1980. Hey, that's your year,
Yeah,
right?
that's the year I was born. Crazy, man.
Really clean, good anatomy, a great composition.
Yeah.
His lettering, he's like Robert Crumb.
I was about to say the letters are.
This motherfucker can letter like nobody's business.
Yeah.
He knows different fonts. He does them like almost freehand. I've seen him draw
perfect.
yeah, really cool artist. I have one of his books. We should look at it one day.
Definitely.
But yeah.
Very cool.
Anyway,
Awesome.
hope everyone enjoyed that. I'm sure you could probably score this on eBay, maybe.
Yeah, probably. So.
Yeah, it's probably out there if y'all
definitely
interested.
eBay.
It's worth for the Pushead interview because he doesn't do just a shit ton of interviews, and it's cool to you get a lot of info on his process and
Yeah.
how he got started.
Mm-hmm.
The guy's like not only a great artist, he's a great businessman.
Yeah.
And you can really learn a lot about. He gets into it some, but it's just informative and man, good for the art. Look at that.
Oh, hell
art.
yeah, dude. That's an excellent cover.
Boom! It hits you in the face.
Big time.
Anyway,
Cool.
thanks for checking out the video, guys, and tune in to our live streams every Thursday night.
Yep. And if you haven't already, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel.
Subscribe, spread the word. We're trying to grow the channel.
Yep.
And also look us up on social media, the Instagram.
Yep.
It's all highlighted in the
On our about page.
on
we
the
got all
about
of
page. And also, if you're working on a magazine of your own, like a fanzine or a comic, or you just got a book published that you want to share, send it our way and we'll put it under the microscope here.
For sure. Yeah, we got our address in the about page too on our channel. So
We love to take a look at independent publishers and artists that produce their own work.
yep,
So we want to support all that.
definitely. Cool.
Thanks again. See you on the next one.
Later.